Raven season, over. Boy, that was quick. I mean, think about the expectations on both of the Baltimore sports teams this season in 2025. You had the Baltimore Orioles coming into the season, certainly for fans looking to take that next step, win playoff games, perhaps playoff rounds, a group of guys that have been together now for a couple of years, and this was supposed to be kind of the breakthrough season. The Baltimore Ravens, coming off another playoff berth last year, ran into the Bills. Lamar and Derrick Henry are back at it. You knew they were going to have big-time aspirations, and they began the year looking like they were hitting on all cylinders in Buffalo. And today against the Texans was as ugly as it could possibly get, and the season is over. And I hate to say that, because there was no Lamar Jackson under center for the Ravens, and they had a myriad of guys out on defense as well. And so you might say, well, DA, come on. You got to be a little easier on them. I mean, yeah, they lost, but they had most of their stars out of this game, and that is true. That is true. But I'm talking about the sheer math here. I don't care if it was Cooper Rush. I don't care if all those guys were out on defense, Kyle Hamilton, Roquan Smith, etc. I'm looking at the standings in the AFC and what the hole is that the Ravens have to dig out of, and I'm saying it ain't happening. It's crazy to say it's early October, but it ain't happening. And I'll tell you why. Number one, you just have to look at the win-loss record and realize that in the AFC, having one win through early October puts you really behind the eight ball here, and you don't have much room for error in that division or in the conference as the Ravens fall to 1-4. But beyond just 1-4, meaning that if you're going to get into the playoffs, you probably need to be 10-7 at worst. You're telling me that team is going to go 9-3 the rest of the way? I don't see it. Beyond that, if I even think they're going to play significant December games, I've got to believe that that defense can step up and do something. And look at what they allowed the Texans to do today. I know there were injuries, but a once proud Ravens defense has been shredded every single week. And it didn't matter if those guys were out or not today. Every week it looks like this. Look at the points that the playoff caliber teams have put up against the Baltimore Ravens this year. Bills put up 41. Lions put up 38. Chiefs put up 37. Texans put up 44. And I know that Houston looked okay last week, finally getting off the schneid and getting their first dub. But these are now back-to-back efforts against offenses that had been struggling, making those offenses look like they're taking candy from an infant. That Texans offense has struggled the entire season to put together touchdown drives, scoring drives. They did it all 8 times. C.J. Stroud held the football today, all 8 times. I don't care if Lamar comes back. That defense is just getting absolutely picked apart. And when you look at the harsh reality of the standings, they're 1-4, bottom of their division alongside the Browns. But also, they've lost a tiebreaker to the Buffalo Bills. They've lost a tiebreaker to the Kansas City Chiefs, 2 teams that they'd have to get through in the AFC playoffs, obviously, to get through to a Super Bowl, which was their ultimate goal. It ain't happening. I hate to say curtains on a season with a team as talented as the Baltimore Ravens, but this thing is stinking to high heaven. This has 5 or 6 win feel to it, and you always assume John Harbaugh's coming back. That is the model of consistency there in Baltimore, which is what makes them one of the model franchises. But boy, this is ugly. And I thought we were going to see a spirited effort at minimum today against the Texans. And that game was over by the end of the third quarter. Stands were empty at home, empty by the time the fourth quarter kicked off. And that, my friends, is the sign the season is OVA. Over.